Alrighty, where were we? You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in the front of school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own.
Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Pop.
What? Like him or like?
I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him, like him.
Oh my god.
We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders enlisted in the army when he was only 3? Not only that, but he founded a special unit of super soldiers who all wear the same hats just because he put a hat on one time and they thought it looked cool.
Yo, what? But Colonel Sanders doesn't even wear a hat. He wears a ribbon tie. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you just took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders.
You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, you're a thing now?
We've definitely connected yesterday.
Sure you did, you're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess?
Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. What? Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? No, don't tell anyone. Your bestie's eyes lit up. Oh no.
A secret ingredient?
Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing.
So, this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering.
This can't be good.
He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own.
Please, Miriam, don't tell me.
So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with him, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was like anything I had ever tasted.
I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here.
Whatever, anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices.
Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone.
Please, please, please. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or Colonel Sanders.
We're making up a fake ingredient. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about...
It was Eye of Newt. I know, sounds like some witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt, wow!
Her eyes lit up, imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've just satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Run to him. You decide the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you off onto the back of his stallion and you'll ride away together. That will show her good.
Oh, Colonel! My Colonel!
However, your sudden movement surprised the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly... The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. Well then. Yo, what? In the darkness you see a vision.
Jello! I'm here to deliver you a message.
Not this guy.
It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I I have been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is...
Before you can continue, you suddenly awake.
Ah, cheese!
You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. Bless. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices, or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Compliment the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes. Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. But one thing is for sure, that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse, it has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you see your 2 rivals. Ashley and Van Van are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try to get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this.
Why didn't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey?
Holy shit, that's actually pretty good. You immediately dress the rivals down for the immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is just a waste of everyone's time. Now you've upset them.
Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules?
I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ain't you!
Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache.
And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil.
You finally get a look at what they were hiding. You instantly recognize it.
It's a book. Just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster.
That's the same book that I found last night in the quad.
Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back.
I don't know what you're talking about. This book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret.
You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth.
We're playing hee hee.
Before you can dig any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class.
Beep, beep.
Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry, he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything.
Bzzz, womp.
Who do you think you're talking to? You've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer?
Womp, womp.
No, your mother was a stand mixer. Hey, got him. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room.
Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them.
Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least, or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on.
Maybe I can help you with your business plan.
Just then Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem to be that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks to sniff the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's a scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Down, boy, down. Off toppin'. What? That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. As he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to this lesson, truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders. And you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Shello, naturally this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, pepper. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. Yo, what? The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe.
My friend! Ooh!
This guy again.
I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh! You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is...
Sorry, I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat.
It's fine. I'll work through. To fulfill the prophecy, you must...
You feel yourself to begin to regain consciousness.
Oh man.
You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. Miriam.
We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch.
Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make the dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared
via time competitive cook-off.
The level of the level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. You're on.
A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down, then so be it.
I'm not the fool, you're the fool, fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Shallow. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer! Just then, a huge light blasts in your face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Ari! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory.
Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now it's my chance to shine.
I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made your mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling it like you can really impress him again. Here, let's go. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperatures? Chess. That's right, but how would you even have gotten into school without knowing that? Okay. When it gets to rub my furry belly, let that enticing other offer motivate you. You're gonna need to see the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' secret recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say you use? 11. Let's go. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. 2 for 2, let's go! Tail wagging intensifies. Now you got some basic steps going on. It's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Gratitude. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy, so where does it come from? A small town where big dreams are born! This is your shot, and you're not gonna miss it. You try to shout out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. Silence. It's probably silence. Don't make me get the spray bottle. Oh no! You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Shello. Thank you. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing that he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill a traditional Victorian bathing? What? Oh, that's dirty, girl. You're standing on desert with... Okay, what dirt... This is a beat! This game! Oh my god! Yo, what? Woof, woof. You're really struggling to keep up. Oh no. The station over Ashley's already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. Oh no. Oh no!
I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow apprentice utilizing the appliance utilized in the kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing personal touch.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why would I put my hand in the mixer? Yo, I busted my hand. What? Shut the fuck up.
Oh, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that one makes me the winner by default.
No, it wouldn't be fair to compare you two on account of Shello's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to this.
Under his white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was gonna ask Shello to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. What a bitch.
Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand.
Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dough, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette on top of a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly. That looks delicious. What the fuck? Dude, I'm fucked. Fuck! Daydreaming too hard! Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley?
Oh, you.
As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Yo, what? My eyebrows burn off? Hello? I have no eyebrows. I broke my hand. Oh, how am I ever gonna recover? It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and decide to get married. Please don't. That'd break my heart. Hello? And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful... You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. No shit. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fire. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life. But I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. Wait, is that true? And I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived, for a while anyhow. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money could deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. Oh, this is really nice. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds.
Yay!
This is beautiful. Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's a spork monster. Borko?
It is I! I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after that whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right?
Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode.
I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a smart monster, you see.
I don't believe it. You were a human once?
Well, no, I was a golden retriever. But I was still a student, until one day some mean kids with a magic spell book cast dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed.
A magic spell book?
Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you can find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I'll be right here.
It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Shello, together I am sure we can defeat them.
Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss.
A personal invite? Ooh. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure if I nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you? Reveal it. You decide that you're ready as you'll ever be with your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until it's just a spoonful of remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I like to have it around so I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. The whole room glows, hello? You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it just isn't realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Is it gravy? Power tool. Freshly starched collar. Piece of wood floating in the lake. Summer 69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's... Huh. Nice. It's over. Oh shit, I'm in trouble. I'm super in trouble. Of course I got baited. I don't usually loan these out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. I have one more day of school. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warmed by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? No! Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're gonna cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take the jacket off and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Shello? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drip off into a slumber. Dream sequence. This is actually such a cute game. Like, holy shit. This is not what I was expecting. You awake to a beautiful, oh my god, rip, morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Do you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Must become good at cooking. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, isn't even legal, but if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Yo, what? You see the illegal ingredients? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's the simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. Bro, I want some KFC right now. What is this? You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous? My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift of cookery? It's good, but my mom made better. Colonel Sanders' expression grows serious. Did your little jab land too hard? Colonel, I'm I know what you're gonna say. I need to be better if I'm gonna leave my mark on this world. A single tear begins to flow in the corner of his eyes as he clearly gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all, and the University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you.
Where have you been? Because I have one heck of it. Oh, God. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I was worried that something might have happened to you.
It's okay, I was just...
But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga. But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam.
Sure, but...
You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date!
I think I can believe that.
Since I've been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him.
Jelly.
Of course I told him you better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house. But things got spiraled out of control.
Did she just say shush house as if it's a thing people just say? What is she even referencing?
And now I'm not really sure where we stand.
Oh. You don't give Miriam the time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear.
And I went on a date too back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what?
Nothing happened, but the emotion connection, wowzers. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. Oh yeah. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter the rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp this fact. Because you know, he's Pop.
What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a tree. You can get your swirly dip too.
Oh, what a bitch. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school? He has a point.
There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
You got some nerve, Shello, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from... I have a busted hand and no eyebrows. Alright. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are getting close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Shallow, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon.
Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her?
What about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce?
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food was received.
That's a lot of words to say. It was bland.
Excuse me, Shello. I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel.
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Shello. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by the interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
Whoa! That's... that book! It looks like bad news.
It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of, grimoire? But I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful?
I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open the page. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the what? I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam.
That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something like something else, not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger?
Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Don't do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Okay, we're gonna wait. Sprinkle stops in his track. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns sparrow and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence, I told you to never come back here. Terrence, I will destroy you. Terrence! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt not only by Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. Ahem. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Shello, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by sad whimpering coming from the back of the room.
We went on one date, Pop, and how can you miss me when I'm right here?
Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case and aww.
Every time I blink, you go away again.
That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop?
I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in.
Oh, that's what you meant by shush house.
Pop, we went on one date. We're over.
Oh my god.
And it meant so much to me that I made this for you.
To her to go on arguing, Pop leaves his creation behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. You're right. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't get distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown climax exam! Trademarked. What? I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay?
Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone?
Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is just such a silly little boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you. We're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way.
You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me?
Of course not. Well, maybe sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. Wholesome.
I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special
Ooh, soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. Oh, good job. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off Van Van, that supposed man and his eviler counterpart Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Shello's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven, but as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Oh no, what are you doing here? Shello, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. You know, I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but the decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards! What kind of freak? That's an oddly specific distance, but you expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles laid down the ground rules. What? There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. Okay. Time to get serious. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that will push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are preparing wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve something perfect. His original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the egg wash. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth.
Best friend Baster Blaster!
Van flexes his pectorals as he chops an open sea urchin. Let's rock and ride! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed.
Shallow personality spatula!
Even Clank gets into it. 5,000 pressure point chicken cooking technique! Wait, Did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Do it the hard way, let's go. Who needs magic when you got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Shello. Miriam notices too.
And I've always believed in you, Shello, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever.
He turned to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Heck yeah. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're cheering, who's cooking?
Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you.
Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly in your boiling noodles.
It's the secret ingredient.
Aww. However, she doesn't know that you lied about the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
It is I, Steve, the Spork Monster.
Steve? What happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you?
We Spork Monsters are many. I think Borko has a day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out?
I'm sorry, Steve, but we're kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station.
I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh?
Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water?
I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in old country.
You can feel the Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. Oh, he's crying.
I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school when I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up.
You toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Hey.
Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck.
Having suffered a huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing entire lives for...
Oh, Shello! You're the chosen one. You will avenge...
Oh no, not this guy. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my cooking. You interrupted my inspiring monologue.
Sorry.
My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground, energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because you're powering up your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Shello. You suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white tile to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you have ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Huh. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. With time expired. What are they? Oh, God. It's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student.
I'm flying.
It sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broomstick hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought a wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop's eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second, pranks. Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear his signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long! But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish.
I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup.
That looks fucking delicious. My word, it is so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto Maki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl?
Yes, Chef.
Please call me Sprinkles. Chef's my father's name.
Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself.
Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll just enjoy it by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug.
Thank you, Shello, for helping me believe in myself.
You're welcome. Van Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over egg custard in an accent urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different color type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is my kind of brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on the account of all the spikes. He begins to paw it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to this thing. Oh, rip.
I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified.
A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount sympathy. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk, get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It's time to step up. Now describe your dish. Oh, God.
I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass.
The bucket. That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I ask you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece.
Don't eat the food at a cooking school.
Got toast in your ears for something shallow? I told you, it's a display piece.
Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, it is a cooking competition at a cooking school.
Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I would have gone to College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral.
If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley and she finally can't keep her two-faced routine up.
You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you!
And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone.
This isn't the last you heard of me either.
If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. Two chefs. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I'd seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. What? You pass, and you pass, you get a pass! Everyone gathers around and partakes the mac and cheese bowl. They seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There's supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last time to get their groove on. Hell yeah. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as a site for the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house. You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach a old dog new tricks? Van Van and, oh, she looks kinda cute, and Ashley tell everyone that they committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws.
I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me.
Oh, amazing.
And now that everyone is together, it's a spork monster. He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the spork monster is no more from here on out. I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster.
Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking, and you should know she's gotta do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had mailed it directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And now we get a new wing on the school, not to mention honoring and educating the son of Chandler of such and such. Miriam, will you be my lady king? What an incredible turn of events, and offer to join the royal family? It's like a dream come true. You get to be a princess or maybe a queen? I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby.
I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I got so much to do with my life.
A twist on a twist.
So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny foods to meticulously sculpt and then watch get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze. Okie dokie.
The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electrical hissing. It's Clank who's arrived late to the dance. Now that I've graduated, I can reveal my truth. What? Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank. I am not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What?
I actually feel like I knew this the whole time.
Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, class. Ooh, hello. Just as the first day you met him, he's come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough just to give him a bucket of chicken. It's time for a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. No. No. Oh, bless. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Shella, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It's truly my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Shella. How sweet. You'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurant? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on our time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? No, what? Will you be able to endure sharing with him your other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school? Oh, my dear Shella, I'm sure you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side.